First of all, welcome to all the students from different states of India. It is a matter of proud for all of us that we are in Delhi, capital of India. So this is input, and our output will be that you become IAS. That is the output. Becoming IAS is very easy if you focus on your aim and practice hard. My submission, request to you, not only teaching, that try to write at least 10 pages per day, 20 pages per day, 30 pages per day. When you write 35 pages per day without seeing anything, practicing, this is the maturity stage and you become IAS. You will find your name in the list where you are placed. Failures will not come to you. Success in one attempt. This is the best optimal method to do this thing. This interest theory is very interesting because it is in both microeconomics and macroeconomics. What is interest? In the world there are two types of theory. One is general theory of economics, that if you lend money to anyone, you will charge interest. You will say that I am doing sacrifice of present consumption, and then there is a saving, and I am giving my saving to you. You pay me reward for my sacrifice. I had to wait for my own money for 1 month, for 1 year, for 90 days. It means you have to pay me for this waiting period. James Keynes said that interest rate is reward for parting with liquidity for a specific period of time. James Keynes, international economist, he has invented the term liquidity. This was said by J.R. Hicks when he was getting Nobel Prize. In his lecture he said that James Keynes had invented the term liquidity in economics. Liquidity means cash. Liquidity means cash. This cash can be converted into real assets like building, like land, and virtual assets, that investing in shares, debentures, bonds, and you have only its virtual information that your account is so and so. Every day in your Facebook, there will be in your news receiving information, you will message, you will get that your money is growing. Every day your balance will be shown by the banks, especially Axis Bank. As Axis Bank is faster than other banks. Axis Bank has introduced touch card. We have swiping card. We are backward in that sense. I had gone to North America, and they are sitting in the car, just touch, and petrol, gas will be given to you. Only touch. I was surprised, but I am very happy to announce that this is available in Axis Bank. Introduced it, touch card. So interest rate is the most important thing in economics because interest is related to banking system. But interest is age-old thing. India is famous for Mahajan. India is famous for Seth. In rural area they give loan and charge interest. They mortgage your land and give you money. These money lenders were dominating before independence in India. Their charges very high. Interest charge very high. Sometimes they charge at the daily rate. They take 100 rupees from him, next day return 110. Most of the vegetable vendors go to Mahajans and take such type of loan and give interest. This is not a institutional credit system. We are talking about the interest rate which is charged by bank. Bank charges two types of interest. When bank receives deposit, bank will pay you interest. That is known as deposit rate. That is known as deposit rate. And when bank lends money to businessmen, lends money to entrepreneur, then bank charges interest from them. That is known as lending rate. So interest rate may be deposit rate, interest rate may be lending rate. Which will be higher? Which will be higher? Lending rate. So lending rate is higher and lending rate minus deposit rate. Lending rate minus deposit rate will be rate of profit. Rate of gross profit of the bank. Gross profit. That bank gives 8% interest to the depositor and charges 16% from the loan takers. 16 minus 8% equal to 8%. That is gross profit. And in order to find out net profit, then you first find out the cost of the bank. Salary paid to the probationary officer and other staff, electricity bill, internet bill, insurance charges, premises where bank is established their rent, maintenance. All these are fixed cost and variable cost. Variable cost is like giving papers, form, free of cost form, fill the form. All these are the expenses, variable expenses. So these are the cost of bank. Then from gross profit you minus this cost of the bank. The result will be net profit. And most of the banks which are in running good condition, they have positive net profit. But we all know NPA, non-performing asset, that you take a loan from the bank and you do not deposit interest or capital to the bank. Interest and capital to the bank. 90 days. It means 3 months. It means that account goes NPA. In most of the case, people take loan from the bank, especially nationalized bank, for their immediate need. Farmers require immediate loan to buy seeds, to buy fertilizer. A student needs immediate loan to pay the fee. If you are doing MBA from IIM, you have to pay 22 lakhs fee. And becoming MBA, whether you will earn 22 lakh or not, it is questionable because there is least scope of employment today in most of the states. But few states are giving you job, like Maharashtra, like Tamil Nadu, like Karnataka. They are getting job, in Delhi getting job. But many states in India are agricultural, no scope of industry there, nor they have attempted. So there is another MBA from different institutions in Bihar, UP, Madhya Pradesh. Many MBA are produced. Business school, which charges is 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs. And they are 22 lakhs, the difference. So they will work at lower salary than that one. So there is a differential, way salary differential depending upon from where you have done MBA, from where you have done engineering. IITN, out of 4, only 3 will go outside country and 1 will remain in India. So interest rate is most important factor which motivate to take loan. Lower the interest rate, higher will be the investment in the economy, other things remaining the same. Lower the interest rate, higher will be investment in the country, other things remain the same. What is other things? Expectations of profit, expectations of inflation, expectations of peaceful environment, expectation of good law and order. If all these remaining constant, then lower the interest rate, higher will be the investment. Higher the investment,
lower the interest.
Not higher the investment, higher the development. Not reverse. Higher interest rate, lower investment. Again you will tell lower interest rate, higher investment. Because our equation will be like this. Investment is a function of interest rate. And DI by DR is less than 0. What does it mean? This means this. Interest rate is R5, R4, R3, R2, R1. I1, I2, I3, I4, I5. This is investment. And this is interest rate. Other things remaining the same. Other things remaining the same. Lower the interest rate, higher the investment. And vice versa, just reverse. But you cannot speak first term investment. You will always speak first term interest. Because this I is dependent variable. And this R is independent variable. will change? R or I first?
R.
R. I is dependent on R. Other things remain the same. Then which will vary? Which will vary first? I or R? R. What you did wrong, Mr. Subham? You reverse it. Lower the investment. Then you cannot correct it. If there is lower investment in the country, interest rate will fall. Lower investment, lower interest rate, because no one is going to bank to take loan. That is another function. That is a interest rate is a function of I. Interest rate is a function of what we are reading. Investment is a function of
Interest
interest rate. We are talking about this theory, classical theory of interest. Classical economy said that saving is a function of interest rate. Saving is a function of interest rate. And ds by dr is more than 0. Means lower the interest rate, lower is the saving. Higher the interest rate, always first term will be interest. Higher the interest, higher the saving. Higher the saving. Other things remaining the same. This is necessary condition. Other things remaining the same. Other things remaining the same. What is it? This is like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. R1, R2, R3, R4, R5. This is interest. This is interest. And put it down, 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 down. On x-axis, we will have S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. This is saving. Classical economics says that the relationship between saving and interest rate will be direct. Higher interest rate, people will save more. Low interest rate, people will save less. Those who are saver in the economy, those who save, their eye fixed to the interest rate. If bank increases interest rate, they will do sacrifice. They will decrease consumption and divert their money to saving. We all know that saving is virtue. Virtue means vardhan. Saving is virtue in underdeveloped country, developing country like India. But saving is vice. Vice means avisa. Saving is vice in developed country. In developed country, more and more expenditure is required. More and more consumption is required for maintaining high rate of development. Because they have already established industries. All industries are established. They have to run it only. And in India, there is no industry in most of the part. Localized in some states. So saving is required for investment. Saving is required for investment and establishing new industry. So in India, saving is a source of capital formation. Professor Ragnar Knox, in his book Problems of Capital Formation in Underdeveloped Economy, he pointed out that saving is virtue in underdeveloped country,
Develop.
and saving is vice
Develop.
in developed country. ब्याज दर ब्याज लेना वरदान है underdeveloped country में. They save more and more and get interest. Saving is virtue in underdeveloped country, but saving is vice in developed country. In developed country, they require more and more expenditure, more and more consumption. People do not save there, nor the bank is giving high interest to them. They only keep money in the bank for transactions and card. But in India, people are cash minded, gold minded, and land minded. They save and invest in land. They save, invest in gold. In whole India, what amount of gold India has? 556 ton. Check in Google that what is the gold amount in India today with the government. Gold reserve in India.
Gold reserve in India.
556 ton.
Here is information from Wikipedia.
592.
So 557.7. 57.7 ton,
592 बता रहा है.
which is 7.1% of the total foreign capital reserve of country.
592 इसमें बता रहा है.
सर यहाँ 557.7 बता रहा है.
Rank
विकिपीडिया
10.
में बता रहा है. 57.7 ton.
555.7.
57.7.
57.
557.7 ton.
557.7.
Yes sir.
Round it 558.
58.
And your
592. Rank 10.
so, what is written? Gold reserve.
Gold in metric tons in India 592. Rank 10.
Metric tons.
Rank 10वीं है.
रैंक ना पूछ रहे एग्जैक्टली कितना अमाउंट है.
592.
आपने है
57.7.
560 ton, 5.5% of foreign reserve.
7.1% of the total foreign
10th
capital
position
reserve.
of India in gold reserve.
So data vary because gold reserves vary. But gold reserve is approximately 558
Yes,
ton.
this is correct.
This amount may fluctuates because we pay in gold payment of petrol. Now we have enough stock of dollar. Therefore, our gold position remains constant. For several months, I am teaching and I am selling 556. Now it is 558. 558. Your is 590.
92.
92. So it may be before payment, that may be after payment. But we can say that less than 600. Less than 600 ton. And what about America, USA? 18,000, more than 18,000 ton. Find it in Google. What is the position of gold in USA? Our is less than 600 ton.
Gold reserve in USA.
8,000 plus, 8,000 ton plus.
According to Wikipedia, in 1936, the U.S. Treasury Department began construction of the United States Bullion Depository at Fort Knox, Kentucky, on land transferred from the military. The gold vault was completed in December 1936 for $160,000.
75.2% of foreign gold reserve. 75.
That is 8,000.
8,133.
8,100.
And I just told you 8,000 plus.
जी
8,000 plus over बता रहा
8,000,
है over
8,000 ton plus.
जी
And our is less than 600.
600.
Think between difference between rich nation and low income, low asset nation. But the gold reserve of UK is less than India. Check it. Gold reserve of UK will be 300 ton plus.
So 355.25
gold reserve
tons.
in UK
355.25 tons.
355,
0.25 tons.
it will 355 ton.
Yes.
That is more than 300.
इसमें सर 310.29 मीट्रिक टन
Yes, that is about 300
55.
or
Less
55 is less than 400.
जी
India has less than 600
600.
and USA has 8,000
8,000 plus.
plus metric ton. This is the strength which you have. Someone asked me that you are wearing 5 rings. Why do you ask? No, I ask, why do you use things? You must know economics. This is gold reserve. At any point of time, I have this reserve in my hand. Likewise, country, I am individual household, bigger country, a stronger country, their reserve stands to be 8,000 plus metric ton. Our reserve before independence, golden bird of India was called golden bird, and many foreigners attracted to our this golden bird, and they have taken gold from India.
Sir, what is the source of stock in USA? What is the source of stock?
Source of stock is mining, gold mines. First of all, gold mines were in California. In 1860, so many mines were located in California, Nevada, Colorado, Arizona, Dakota. All these places were mining places, and therefore Jenkins has suggested during Depression period 1929-32 that if you don't look out any immediate place where employment can be given, then digging holes in gold mines was suggested by Keynes, that you have to give employment immediately. There is no planning how to provide employment, where to provide employment. Because 160 lakh people were unemployed in 1929-32, Great Depression in the USA. JMK suggested that give them employment in gold mines. They will do digging of holes in gold mines. For that, no more expertise is required. You will have a machine, drilling machine or blasting machine, you can do that. Immediate solution. Keynes became international economist because he has solved the problem of 160 lakh US unemployed people within 1.5 within 2 years. And not suddenly, right from first day, April 1934 started. Each month pumping, expending by the government
Pumping of money.
$400 billion. And every month there is generation because they go in the gold mines digging work then and they come with dollar. Daily payment of dollar, weekly payment of dollar, 50 days payment dollar. In a starting period, daily payment was required because they were suffering from unemployment for a long. So interest rate is the rate at which bank lends money to the investors. Our question is that how is equilibrium interest rate determined according to classical economist? As a economics student, your question is how is equilibrium interest rate determined in the economy according to classical
Theory of interest.
theory of interest. Classical theory of interest was propounded by Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall propounded classical theory of interest. Alfred Marshall said that saving is equal to investment. Equilibrium interest rate is determined. Equilibrium rate is determined where there is equality between saving and investment. And now we all know that saving curve is like this and investment curve is like this. So this is point where investment is equal to saving. So this is equilibrium